Coming up in the Five Dot Loft, I'll show off my brand new custom-made guitar. Stay with me. Welcome back to Five Dot Loft, where the process is the story. I'm Al Clark. I've been playing guitar a very long time, and I came to the point about 10 years ago that I found that the stock Fender or Gibsons or even PRSs, they were not something that I was interested in. I wanted something that I could play that was customized to me. The shape of the neck, the fretboard, the pickup configuration, and the wood types and finishes. So in 2017, I found Warmoth Custom Guitars. And by the way, this video is not sponsored. These folks offer well over 30 different body shapes, 20 different neck types that all have custom parameters that you can specify. And you can even get them finished or unfinished. Unfinished is what I like, because I like to do it myself. That summer in 2017, I built my first Frankenstrat. That's that guy back there. I bought a finished neck, an unfinished body, a pre-wired pickguard, some tuners, and I was done. And I played this thing for 3 years and I loved it. Then when COVID hit in March of 20, and I found out I was going to be home for 4 months, I figured I would build another guitar. So I went ahead and put another order in. But as it turned out, life got lifey, and I didn't have time to build anything. Later in the year, I get the Strandberg 8-string, and I've been playing that ever since. In the end, I never even opened up the boxes. So now, fast forward 5 years later, the Strandberg goes into the shop for repairs, and I thought, well, let's see what's inside of these things. Because honestly, I couldn't really remember what I had purchased. Wow, what I found was a beautiful, unfinished hollow body made from black Carina and an unfinished Indian rosewood neck. The first step of the process was to decide what kind of finish I wanted to put on this thing. I decided on a natural look to bring out the grain of the Carina. A white bond poly is the easiest way to get that hand-rubbed look. So I did 7 layers, hanging it to dry in between each. Next came a light sanding with 1000 and then 1500 grit paper. And finally I buffed it all out with Renaissance wax. This gave it that ultra soft look and feel. Wiring was next, starting with the basics. I ordered a 3-way toggle with 1 volume and 1 tone. I guess I was thinking simplicity, because although I can solder, I'd never done a guitar before like the insides. In the end though, after I found a couple of schematics from Seymour Duncan, the wiring was relatively simple. I now really understand that the hot and the ground are 2 separate paths. I bought the pickups on an eBay auction. These are tone-specific bloombuckers and are hand-wired and go for around $800 for the pair. I won the bid on a demo pair for about $200. They sound great and they have beautiful clarity. Mounting the pickups was not as tricky as some of the videos I watched indicated. The spring thing, the little thing, you got to put the screw in the spring, that just took a little bit of patience. The bridge is a Godo wraparound, and I ordered it with the studs already installed from Warmoth, so that was super easy. For the neck, I picked up the Schaller M6 locking tuners. I love these. Super smooth. I love the convenience and consistency of the locking tuner. Once I had attached the neck, it was time to string it up and start the setup process. I went with 8s because I saw those Rick Beato and Red Schul videos, and they convinced me 8s are the way to go, and I've been loving them ever since. I bought the Music Nomad guitar setup package. Again, this video is not sponsored, but this thing was essential because it gives you all the tools and all of the gauges and all the measuring things that you need to set up the guitar. So the first thing you do is the neck, and then the action. You have to adjust the bridge height. Then you do the intonation, and that took the longest because you have to move the bridge forward and backwards as a whole, and then you also have to do the individual strings. Finally, you do pickup height, which is basically just a formula, and you tweak it by ear. And that's it. The whole process took about 2 weeks, working on it here and there in mornings and after work, sometimes waiting for for a part to arrive. For me, the sound of this thing is bright, it's clear. I thought, there was a chance with humbuckers and the Black Carina that it was going to have a, sort of a dark sound to it. But even unplugged, it has a real sort of bright sound to it, which I really like. You could always dial it back. Let me plug in. I'm going to send it through like a relatively flat, clean patch in the Fractal FM3, and we'll get a sense of what this thing sounds like. Nice. All right, so let's just take a listen to this thing. Hopefully my vocal mic doesn't screw this up here. So this is the neck pickup. Okay, middle position. And bridge. Warms up nice. Got to get used to the 8s. A little lighter touch there, right? All right. Well, listen, that's it for the 5 Dot Loft. If you want to see more process videos like this, as I wander my way along this path, if you can give me a like, a subscribe, or a comment, I'm going to go out on a little lo-fi jam. Got some tracks laid up. Do a little looping on that one, the one-button looper. Oh, loving that thing. See you next week.